Hey there, this is Rajat from StartupFrat, and great to be with you today. Hope you had a happy weekend. I have a real quick training for you in answer to some of your questions that I've received via comments and via email and things like that. And some of the questions that I've received from some of the newer members of the group have pretty much the same kind of tone, which is, if you're working at a job, then how do you get ahead in a slow market? And then there's some people who are independent professionals who have a small business. They're like, my customer flow has slowed down, so what do I need to protect myself in a slow market? So I just have a few points for you, and then you can write down your comments in the comment section, and then maybe we can figure out if we can meet live sometime. So what typically happens is that our usual mentality is tied down to proving that you're better. Okay, if you're an employee, definitely if you prove that you're good enough and you're better and you consistently prove that, then you stay in the job, otherwise somebody else gets promoted or things like that. If you're a small business owner, of course you have to keep proving that your product is good, and if you're a professional like a doctor, architect, chartered accountant, you have to keep proving that you're good, you're better than the next, because there's 100 people down the road with the same board outside, and competing with you, right? So our whole mentality has been geared to proving that we are better. Okay, and there's no problem with it, except that in a down market, people are not really subconsciously looking at people who are better. They're looking at people who are right. Okay, because the moment you say I'm better, the subconscious thought process goes on in the customer's mind is they must be premium also. They must be premium. They must be more expensive. The moment you say I'm better, the thought going in their mind is let me meet them. Then based on whatever they tell me, I'll go out into the market and find somebody cheaper, right? So proving that you're better or your product is better may not always be the best idea. But what I recommend is, this has worked for me and some of my students and things like that, is that you get the word to enough number of people. So you have this community of people, you're in a local area, that you have a board out there that says, this is what I do, etc. You got to figure out how to get this message to more number of people, maybe nearby areas as well. Okay. And then, if they show some interest, see, decision taking is also going to be delayed and slowed down because people want to make the right decisions and the best decisions. They want to make sure that they're doing the right thing. Many people are looking for things, they may show interest, but they may not even be looking to take a decision because every decision involves spending. So people are scared of spending right now. People are scared of spending high right now, so they want to get the best possible deal and all of that. So those things are going on in the customer's mind, right? You got to be cognizant of that and adjust to it. So what you do is you get information to enough number of people. This is what you do, and the people who show interest, you get them into a compressed format. Okay, where you get all these people in here, and in a compressed time frame of 1 to 2 hours max. Okay, you have all of these guys. You take them through a process. It's a demand-supply call. It's a demand-supply meeting, which means this is what you need, this is what problem you have, this is what I'm supplying, this is how I can help you. Now you got to take a decision. And within a space of maybe 1 to 2 hours, you have them take a decision. Yes or no. No is fine, no worries. And you go through this target market in a programmed fashion. Okay, you go through this target market in a pre-planned fashion. Instead of just sitting back and saying I'm the best and then waiting for business to come to you, you've got to go after the business and go after the business, not go after the customer. Do not chase the customer. Just figure out how many people are interested and then get them into this demand-supply call, demand-supply meeting, which I call, in my own words, the express highway. Because in my mind, when I think of it, okay, you get people into a journey and then they have to pay toll on the way, and if they don't want to pay the toll, they exit. That's fine. And at the end of the thing, they have to take a decision, whether it's a yes or no, at a price point that you determine. And at a price point that you probably have created so that it's fair to them, that adjusts for some of the downturn, that adjusts for some of their problems, that adjusts for some of their indecision, a price that is fair to them, and a price that is profitable to you as well. And then what you want to do is you want to do enough numbers of repetitions of this and this during the month so that you make more money, equal or more money than you're making otherwise. Okay. Now you have to learn how to do it, and you have to kind of master this game, and it takes about a month or 2 months to learn the concepts and master this. But this has to be done right. So when you attract people, it has to be done right. When you get into the demand supply situation call, it has to be crafted, it has to be sculpted perfectly. For it to work, it's never going to convert 100% of the people, but it's going to convert enough number of people at a price point that you determine, so that overall during the month, if you do this enough number of times, you end up making the same money you were making, or more money than you were making, or end up with more options than you were having earlier. Okay. Now, I have done a live experiment using these techniques. I've learned these techniques over the last 15 years in my sales and marketing and entrepreneurship career. And what I did was a live experiment over the last 60 days, where I created a business on live camera that generates 6 figures a month today. Okay, and if you go down into this group and search a lot of training, I'll show you, videos of a lot of the stuff that I talk about and what the results are and things like that. And then if you want to really see the results that I had and some of my students have also had in the last 60 days, then you can schedule yourself on my calendar to meet live. So you go to this website, which is called StartupFrat.club. Okay, /live. StartupFrat.club /live. And you'll get a space on my calendar where you and I can meet live if you want to know more about it and how you can utilize it to help you if you have a job, if you're in a small business, or if you're a professional like a doctor, lawyer, chartered accountant, etc. Okay. So I hope that this training was useful. If you found this useful, please comment what were your takeaways, so that Facebook keeps showing you these videos. And I have a couple of really cool trainings coming up more during this week. So stay tuned and comment so that Facebook shows you the next training on priority, so you can take advantage of that. I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.